Disclaimers, you know, heavy content in this playthrough today. We are getting into all of the horror elements, so be mentally prepared for mentions of self-exit, self-harm, abuse, all of those terrible things. Yeah, just be prepared. If you can't handle it, that's okay. Catch me on my next stream. I'll be doing some cozy games next time. It's fine. I appreciate you anyways. Romance those girls. Well, I just saved just before this, so it's fine. Alright, philosophy. God. I think infinite was, yep. Okay. Horror, definitely her. Yeah, that's Sayori. I don't know, that one could be her? That's definitely Natsuki. I think imagination or shame. I feel like shame works better. So much for getting 20 out of 20. I don't want to restart either, so we'll just go with it. I think we could definitely get 20 out of 20 for Sayori at some point, because she's kind of easier. Bruno. Universe. Disaster? God, she likes the dark stuff. Beauty? Nope. Dark. No! Oh! Okay, somebody else likes the dark stuff. Okay, that sounds like her. Ambient sounds like her. Vertigo sounds like Yuri. Passion maybe? Nope. Incongruent. That is definitely her. Big words are her. Wrath maybe? Really? I was a little uncertain about that one. Entropy. That's definitely her. Explode? Let's see. Vitality? Massacre! This is an interesting poem we're writing. Infallible. Graveyard, I already know that one's her. We have 2 graveyard poems now. Existence. Existence, yep. Nope, I missed that. What did it say? Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Vasilios! Yo, Sayori! Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you, anyway. Yeah, she looks sad, because you keep treating her like she's an idiot. Main character dude sucks. Once again, this is his only friend. Before joining the club, Sayori was his only friend. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open, and turns it upside down, and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Using him as Mr. Moneybags, I see. I knew it! I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How do you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry, or you wanted an excuse to take a walk. Or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. That is some sound logic. Not like anxiety or depression can play into that as well, bro. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Vasilios to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Something tells me Sayori does this a lot to all of the members, but we love her for it. It's one of her perks. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think like that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That! Still, coming from Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Yeah! Ow! What was... a cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. I want a giant cookie right now. I just want sugar, though. I'm gonna make cookies later today. I already made the dough. They're not gonna be giant cookies. They're just gonna be Christmas cookies. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you! I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good! Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot just over one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Bakers can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Oh! Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yor and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. I'm sorry. I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all? You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind. Why would she glance at me while thinking about her boyfriend? I wonder. What held you up anyway? Well, maybe my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played as well, Monica. Oh, I don't, really. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn to play the piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds so cool! I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Basilios. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love a chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back. My tongue. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri! I suddenly noticed Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. I completely agree. My tea is still very hot. I shouldn't have done that. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moved really contrasts to her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Vasilios in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. She's getting so much bolder now. I'm so proud of my girl. Good girl, Yuri. Then let's go, Vasilios. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? Nothing, baby. You just anxious and bad with social situations sometimes. It's okay. You're getting used to expressing yourself. It's okay, darling. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it was also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Vasilios, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. That is such a great way to explain anxiety, though. Like, you do it, and in your head it seems so much worse. But in reality, you're actually fine. And I think she needs a little bit of a reality check. And it's great that he's there to do that for her. He's getting some good boy points for caring enough to kind of point it out when she's being harsh on herself. I think she needs it a little bit, and he's not doing it in like a mean way either. It's in a very caring way. I like that. He's being good for once, and not an asshole to Sayori. Maybe he just clicks better with Yuri. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a little rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend? You say? Yuri lifts her head. Vasilios, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to class. Vasilios, do you like oolong tea? I love oolong tea. It's like right up there with just classic green tea with me. And jasmine. Oh, I love jasmine tea. Oolong tea's great. Yes. Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. My tea is finally perfect temperature, too. What a good coincidence. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. You noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's so sweet. She feels safe with him. That's such a relationship goal, feeling safe enough to be yourself with your partner. She's on her way there. If this was a full romance. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Vasilios. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Aw, she's going all out, expressing how much she likes him and cares about him. It's so cute! It's so cute. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Vasilios, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Yeah, in case you didn't know about woman's anatomy, big girls cause lots of back pain. And I think that's the issue she's having, and that's what they're also trying to imply. I just have back pain fairly regularly. I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's more likely because yep, that's what they were insinuating. Your posture, right? Nice cover. Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why you should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one hand of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Bro, this isn't the 17th century. You're just touching shoulders. Relax. Relax. Yuri was always kinda cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup? Oh, I got a text. No, an email. It's bills. I have to pay bills. Nope. We're gonna go back to distracting ourselves with, tea. Tea and games. Your teacup. Good sir. She hands me a teacup. I also have a teacup in hand. Tea is so good. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. But now, I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Why is that an issue? Why would you accidentally touch her chest when it's literally just your shoulders touching, dude? Unless you're trying. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little bit. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. That's That's a dangerous game he's playing because it's probably still too hot to drink. Going between the legs for a dude. That's a very, very dangerous game he's choosing to play. My tea is perfect temperature though, and I'm almost done with it. Sorry, I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrappers. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Last gulp of my tea. One more. That's some good tea. Oh, we get the next one. She's so focused. It's so cute. Oh, I love her little blush. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any hard time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into her mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book, simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Those are such small chocolates. Where would you even get chocolates that small? They're like the size of Reese's Pieces. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Her blush is so deep right now. It's so freaking adorable. Vasilios? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this context, but yeah, sure. Sure, let's go with that. That's normal. I don't think I've ever had any of my friends feed me. So perfectly normal. That's all it was. Yep. Then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation is getting really tense. Yeah, because you did something freaking awkward, man. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't even avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! Love Monica interrupting at the best moment. What? Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Vasilios, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. They were so in the zone. They were in the mood. And Monica, very much purposely, I believe, interrupted that. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. So, of course, we have to choose Yuri first because this round she is our girl and she is always my girl. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Vasilios. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why? I mean, gotta give props to main character dude. He's actually listening and following her advice. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. Oh, she's so nervous. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Hi, girl, it's fabulous. You're fabulous. Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Oh, she's so self-conscious. She's such a self-conscious baby, an anxious baby. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh, she's so sweet. Oh yes, now I get to struggle through trying to read her handwriting again, because cursive, even like slight cursive, is not my thing. Right. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious, well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments, I think that's increments, its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions on the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feel myself again. Oh god, this poem could mean so many different things. God, I hate poetry. I mean, the raccoon could be main character dude lusting over her maybe, but also it has the whole like knife thing, and I'm pretty sure she has a knife thing. She has like a big knife thing. Yeah, I'm hoping she'll explain the meaning of this for me, because like I I feel like I'm getting bits and pieces of the meaning, but I'm not really getting it. It's a very nice poem, though. I do like the imagery. She's great at the imagery. And I like that it reads not like a poem. It reads like full sentences. That's nice. I don't get that deeper meaning. I just cannot get that deeper meaning with Yuri's poems. They're too complex for my sad poetry bad brain. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that, Yuri. It's a lot more metaphorical. Please explain. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Okay, at least main character dude is on the exact same page as me. I think I get the bits and pieces, but not even close to what it probably actually means. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. So is it about her knife thing? I think she has like a knife collection or something. She likes knives. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Though also she could just be talking about her horror book love, because that doesn't match her character. I think inwardly, it matches Yuri perfect. I like horror books. Horror's fun. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Ah, honey, only Natsuki. Only Natsuki doesn't like your poems. Don't you have anything like that, Vasilios? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. She just wants privacy. But also, she kind of wants to share it? So what she really wants is our dear Vasilio, someone she can trust with her deepest, darkest secrets. She's just starved for love. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I mean, I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Yeah, so good. Our wall of a man, this main character. He's doing better now that he's actually putting effort into wooing these fine ladies. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Vasilios. That's exaggerating a bit. He is literally an every's man. That's what he's meant to be, like a representation of that all men can relate to. So I wouldn't say he's quite that unique. I'd say actually he's doing the bare minimum of like listening to others and, you know, participating in the club he agreed to join. I'd say that's pretty much the bare minimum you could do. But maybe that's just me. That's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. It's kind of sad that she does, like... She puts what I think is the bare minimum on a pedestal like this. Like, he's just being a decent human. And also flirting, which, you know. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, might as well go in the same order as last time. Sayori! Let's hear your poem about breakfast again. Or whatever you have. Ooh! I like this one, Vasilios. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feeling is pretty important part of this whole thing. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's like one of the main points of poetry, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know. I don't know poems. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah! She's way too excited about the fact that her best friend from childhood knows nothing about her. Me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet! Yeah, right, that's totally what he meant. Maybe next round. I don't know, I was thinking of doing Natsuki next, because it's easiest to do Sayori last for this. It flows the best anyways. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? She's so cute. What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy, things and that are sad. Happy and sad. I love bittersweet stories too. I love bittersweet endings and things. I think those are always the best ones for some reason. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug that is so sweet. That is such a sweet way to describe depression. Sometimes you have a little rain cloud in your head, and sharing that sadness can give the rain cloud a little hug. Oh, give her a hug. She needs a hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Oh, she's too cute. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic and adorable. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Well, thanks, Vasilios. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Wow, everybody's doing long ones today. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like bundles of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. There's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards, all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I can hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. So this is kind of a dark poem, and we get a little more into Sayori's dark side, because, Yuri has her knives, and Sayori is just really, really depressed. And, yeah, I think the scene at the end is definitely depicting something very, very dark. A little foreshadowing. Just a little bit. It's easier for me to understand what this is because I've played this before, but yeah, this is definitely about her depression, and she tries to use happy thoughts to push the depression away and only shows happy thoughts when she's with her friends. And then something happens. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. This is like a really depressing poem. It's a really beautiful one, though, but also really depressing. Holy crap! Yeah, I agree. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did! Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Mission success, girl. Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Oh, that's like the worst thing you could have told her. Like, she's trying to express her sadness, and you're saying she's creepy for that? Come on, dude. Do better. Creepy? Well, not exactly. You didn't say exactly creepy. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. No, don't never mind this. This is like a cry for help, dude. She is crying for help, saying she's sad right now, and he's just being like, never mind. I'm going for the other girl. God. Wall of a man. Tea is good. Today we have Earl Grey. I'm thinking too hard about it. No, think harder, dude. You're not getting the point, obviously. The point is, it came out good. So you should be proud of it. Dude, she literally just said she was, like, expressing her emotions, and it's a poem literally about, like, depression. And he's not seeing it. Ah. He's the worst. Aw, thanks. She doesn't look too happy. She looks kind of disappointed, I think. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. She has just such a fake smile. Poor baby. They're all poor babies. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Ooh. That foreshadowing is back. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. God, he's the worst. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki! Not Monica. Natsuki. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep-sounding to express something. I hate agreeing with Natsuki, but I do agree. Just because I don't like poems that I can't understand, which is most of them. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. She just accidentally complimented Yuri. Don't tell me. You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. That is exactly what I'm doing. Think I'm writing poems for you, girl? Not this round. You know, Yuri would love this angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean I mean, she keeps accidentally complimenting her. It's kind of cute. Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve. Though, what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Wait, we didn't get to see her poem! What? Oh, that's just annoying. She was so upset that she didn't even show us her poem. Rude. Hi again, Vasilios. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. I wouldn't count on that at all. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's going on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that? You must be pretty into her. Yeah, Only a little. I've been wooing her this entire time. I'm only a little into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wow, Monica is pulling out all the stops to get me to give up on Yuri. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one. Anyway. Monica kind of whispers the last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. I'm still annoyed I didn't get to read Natsuki's this time. Alright, sip tea before Monica's poem. Save Me. That's an ominous title already. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaninglessness. Load me. Yeah, she's not even subtle about breaking the fourth wall. I mean, load me? That can mean one of two things. And I'm pretty sure it means loading the game. The colors, they won't stop. I think that's supposed to be like your computer turning on. And it now plays like a grating noise when you like open the game. So yeah, not subtle. Not subtle at all. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of thing I never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. That's true. I read that one like a lot faster than I did the others because of the way she spaced the words. How we had the trio of similar sounding words made it just pick up pace a lot. It's almost like magic. Didn't Sayori say that earlier? That writing is like magic? The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. See, that's what I meant by, like, once you know the rules, you can break them, and she is breaking them masterfully. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Every time she wants to change the topic, she does a writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Yeah, she's really not subtle about breaking that fourth wall anymore, huh? You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing! Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. You really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! Now, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're going all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. Honestly, the only thing that inspired me to come here is beautiful ladies. So maybe I wouldn't be the best reader, just saying. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. Yeah, when I did my readings for my classes, we would be up there for like at least 10 minutes reading either like a collection of poems some people did, or like an entire short story, or, if you wrote a screenplay, you could get like a group of people to come out and do a group reading and everybody would voice like a different character. It was so much fun, but also insanely nerve-wracking. Like, I practiced so much just to make sure I didn't mispronounce words, and I think I still mispronounced a word or two while I was doing my reading. Which just... it's life, I guess. It's life. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. And since I am the main character of this game, everybody has to go to my whims. And they can't say no because they're all in love with me. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over it. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! Yeah, having no choice is totally a choice. Poor girl. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me? You have no idea, girl. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica! This is too sudden! Well, if you can't recite your poems in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Okay, I want to drink tea real quick. It's like perfect temperature right now. Da, 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 da. That's some good tea. Alright, Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? We may never know. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up, keeping her head down. She walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called... After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? I used to know somebody who was very much like Yuri when it came to reading. She stuttered a lot, but like when she was reading her own writing, her voice would become much more steady. And I feel like that's Yuri's vibe too. As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structures that she enunciates, with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. It was just that good. She's just that good, everyone. She's just that fabulous. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way that way, the best that way, the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone than I thought I knew through and through. You did not know Sayori at all, dude. You might have known her since childhood, but you do not give enough shits to actually get to know her. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Vasilios liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well as that kind of delivery. With that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's, well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Vasilios. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Vasilios lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki, that was just mean. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I'm almost done with my tea now. Yeah, terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more of your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. I thought Yuri would be the super reluctant one just because of her shyness. But Natsuki is really dragging her feet. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. You know what, I can kind of relate to that. Like, I feel like doing things in front of your friends is a lot more intimate than doing it in front of a bunch of strangers that you probably will never see again. It's the... what is it? It's like the rule of anonymity, like, or something like that. It makes people more brave. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Nah. I hate it that I agree with Natsuki on so many things because she's such a little brat. One more sip of my tea. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. We did not expect much of you, in other words. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day! I can't wait! I can do this! I can do this! Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep! Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Vasilios. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, if we're being honest with her, I would walk home with Yuri because we are wooing Yuri this round. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? Given how hard it is to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with it! That's not what I said! You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. It's never gonna happen. Well, maybe. I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? It's so sad. Need you? Sayori? I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. You say so. The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. The poor girl. I mean, she's losing her first love to her friends. I mean, what do you expect? Of course she's kind of upset about that. It would have been better for her if she found a better first love, though. Because this guy's a wall of a man! He doesn't even notice that all the girls are in love with him! And it's so obvious! But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that